Hi, and welcome to the Soccer Show. Hi, in this week's show, we'll have highlights of the Dynamos versus Australind game played at Forest Park. We'll have an interview with Lisa Ward, the midfielder for the Firebird State League team, and we'll have a roundup of all the weekend results. But let's start with the draw of the Pioneer Cup to be played on the 16th of August. In the ladies division, Dynamos will be versing Dunsborough and Busselton will be versing Hay Park. In the men's division, Dynamos will be versing Dunsborough and Australind will be versing Hay Park. Just to remind you again that these games will be played on the 16th of August. Now let's look at the weekend results. The clash of the round would have definitely been Dynamos versus Australind. No luck for Dynamos there, guys. Australind coming on top with a 4-2 result. In second place, we have Bunbury United, who were travelling to Hay Park and they won 3-0. And Dynamos put 5 past Busselton, winning 5-1. The last game of the round was Geograph Dunsborough finishing in a draw, 1-1. But what about the upset of the round? It has to definitely be in the Women's Premier League division. Hay Park was playing at home against Bunbury United and they lost 4-3. What is happening to Hay Park? Are they going to be fading away or will they bounce back next week? The other game was Dynamos versus Eton, with Dynamos winning 7-1. In the Championship main division, Blackwater had a big game versus their neighbours Mangemup, but they lost the game 1-0, with Margaret River beating Capel 7-1 to stay top of the league. In the men's Division 1, Dynamos won 1-0 against Australind, which keeps them top of the league. But let's look at the future features of the weekend games. Again, the clash of the round definitely has to be in the Premier League division in both leagues, with Australind hosting Bunbury United. Can Bunbury United go to Australind and get a result? And most importantly, can they stop Australind goal scorers putting goals in the net? In the ladies Premier League division, it's all about Busselton versus Dynamos. Can Busselton keep the dragon asleep? Or like Debbie Farrell said, the dragon will awake and do some damage. Who knows? But that's the game we're going to film and that's the game we're going to watch this Sunday. Again, guys, we're going to take a short break, but we'll see you right back with an interview with Lisa Ward. Hi and welcome back. My guest this week is a young player that has been playing football for over 20 years. She's passionate, enthusiastic and definitely loves the game. Yes, it is Lisa Ward, who plays for the Bunbury Forum Force Firebirds. She is a midfielder and she's part of the leadership group. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me.
No worries, love. You're not nervous, are you?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. That's okay, love. We don't bite.
You do.
Now, Lisa, like I said, you're definitely passionate. You know, you enjoy the game. You've been playing for over 20 years. What brought you to the sport? Why not choose netball, basketball, athletics? You know, what made you fall in love with the game?
I was originally a hockey player and had my sights set on playing for the Olympic hockey team. My mum and my auntie and my uncle Stevo were playing for what they was called Pumas women's team, which was Laporte and Dynamos, and they were short and needed a striker, and I was a striker for hockey and came over and scored quite a few goals in that game and just stuck with it.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? How old were you then? Do you remember?
I was 12 turning 13.
12 turning 13. Again, just to give you an example, my daughter is 6 years old, right? And she had a choice this year of playing netball. Well, mummy plays netball, or football, because daddy plays football. Again, no competition there. She's definitely playing football. She's enjoying playing on Saturday. She's scoring goals. and she definitely wants to be a player for the future. So again, a little bit of history regarding yourself. Where did you play? How many awards did you win? Did you make any state teams, etc., etc.?
Yeah, I was chosen for the under-18 state team when I was 17. We went to the Gold Coast for the Southport Championships. We didn't do too well there, but it was a great experience. I've also played in 2000, which we went to Malaysia in the Milo Cup, and we won that one, so won a gold medal. Had a point to prove in that match there. I wasn't chosen in the starting 11, but when I was given my opportunity in the second game, I proved a point and was in the starting 11 from then on in. 2002, which was the fittest and the most prepared I was for the state team. I was playing with Lisa Devana and Colette McCallum, which was a big highlight in my career to play with people so talented. But 3 weeks before we left, we played an under-14 boys team in Coburn, and I tore my ACL. So that was devastating for me. Numerous awards with the Southwest. I've been at Dynamos now for over 20 years, as you know. Fairest and best for the Southwest, I've won 5 times now.
She's greedy.
I don't mean to be, I'm really sorry. And I've won the highest goal scorer a few times as well, and also for the club I've won fairest and best for quite a few times.
Oh, fantastic. Congratulations, Lisa. Again, like I said, you're very passionate. You know, you play the game like you're a 16-year-old, to be honest. You know, you're out there, you're full of enthusiasm, you chase every ball, and you still got a smile on your face every time you score a goal. But to all the youngsters who are out there, you know, watching the show, what advice would you give them? Somebody who might be 12, 13-year-old and, you know, might be struggling, or somebody that wants to improve, what advice would you give to them to maybe have a successful career like yourself?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you would like to improve in something and you know someone that can help you in that department, ask them. Do extra training. Women's game has grown so much in the Southwest since I started playing as a junior. Originally there was only 4 women's teams, and then we've grown to 16 women's teams. So there's so many opportunities now for the women in the Southwest, and you know, in WA, there's just so many more pathways that are available. Like you've got your state schoolgirl competitions now, and you've got your state teams and Burnleys and all the different academies out there that all the girls can learn from. So just give it all they've got. Give it all they've got.
But again, with yourself, if you look at you enjoy training, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you train probably twice, 3 days a week, is that?
Twice a week.
Yeah, and what's your match day? Is that on Sundays, Saturdays?
Sundays, yep.
So what will be an ideal preparation for you before the game? How do you focus? How do you concentrate? What are your superstitions, as we say, before the game starts? Do you eat an hour before the game? Do you only eat protein? What happens before the game? What's the build-up?
About 2.5 to 3 hours before my game, I'll eat pasta.
Yeah. White sauce?
Red sauce.
Red sauce?
No cream for me before a game. And basically just concentrate and focus on what my job and what my role is. And for my teammates, I'll just work as hard as I can.
But again, you mentioned teammates. It is a team game at the end of the day, you know. And you probably, over these 20 years that you've been playing, you built up some great friends. You probably met maybe your partner in football. Is that correct?
Yes.
And but these friendships last forever.
That's correct. Yeah, I've played with some ladies in the Southwest, like Mary Bergen, who is still playing for Payne Park in the reserves team. She's in her 50s, and you just make such good friends. Bustleton, I have some great friends with, great rivalries, but off the field, we're really good friends and can have a bit of a drink after the game and socialise. It's great. I've made some really good friends. I've also made some enemies, but that's not my fault.
All right, well, let's discuss about your teammates, all right, here for a second. Let's start first with your coach. You know, Jason is your coach, correct?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about him.
Jason has been a breath of fresh air for us this year. He's what this team has needed for the last few years. And I think he has the potential to take us to being top of the league. He's had great credentials. He's been trained at the Australian Institute of Sport. He's also coached women over there as well. He's from Bustleton, and he's there for the women, which is what we've needed. We've needed someone to stand up for us in the Southwest as women. It's very hard going into the predominantly male club, being the Forum Force, and we've just needed someone like him to help us and take us where we need to be.
And how's it going so far as the league is concerned?
This year will be definitely a building year for us.
Yeah.
We're not looking to win the league or anything this year. We're just looking to progress and get better at each game and just get the results if we can get them. We've got a lot of young girls in the squad. It's a very young team. So they have a lot to learn, but we are just getting better and better each week. So looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next year to see how well we've progressed.
Well, you're building the foundation this year, and then hopefully, you know, the fruits will come out next year. Now, you mentioned that you have quite a few youngsters playing on your team. Any name that you think stands out, any name that you think, wow, this player actually reminds me of myself when I was that age?
There's actually a few girls, there's four or five girls actually in the squad that have been selected into the state teams this year.
Fantastic.
So we've got Baxter.
Can we mention their names?
Yeah, Baxter Through from Busselton, and Logan, she's from Bunbury High. Also in the state schoolgirls, you've got Maddie Oble and Keely as well from Busselton. Great young talent, just very, very talented girls. And if they stick with it and they're willing to put in the hard work, they'll make it. They'll make it.
Which is great, and I want to say congratulations to the girls, you know, for being selected there. But again, you said that these girls are coming from Busselton, is that correct?
Yep.
So they travel to training?
Yes, yep.
Is that the furthest where they're coming from? Or?
Yeah, and Harvey. We've got a few girls from Harvey as well, but most of the girls are split between Bunbury and Busselton and Harvey as well. So.
All right, well, let's talk about the girls now. Who's the messiest in the changing room?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Maybe Rachel Thompson.
Rachel Thompson, sort yourself out. All right, so Rachel is the messiest. Who's the vainest? Who's the one that gets ready before the game and does the hair and the makeup? You want to look like $1 million before she goes and plays on the pitch.
We actually don't have any of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's always one in the team.
Maybe me, no.
Maybe you?
No, we don't have anybody that really sticks on their makeup and dolls themselves up for the game. We're all there to do a job, and that's what we come to do when we're in a change room.
Oh, fair enough. And what about, because you mentioned you drive away furthest distance, nearly 3 hours when you go and play away in Perth, and sometimes you catch a bus, is that correct?
Yes, when we can get a driver to drive for us.
So we can maybe put a fish hook out there and say, please, we do need a driver to drive us up if you're prepared to drive
every second week.
15 or 20 girls. Good luck, may I say.
Bus trips home are fun.
Now, what happens on the bus trip home? Tell us.
Lots of singing, lots of larrikanness.
So you do a bit of karaoke?
Oh gosh, yes. Yes, we do.
Is it? Who's the loudest singer then? Who's the best singer and who's the worst? Come on.
I'd have to say Brooke Elliott is a very good singer.
What type of songs does she sing?
Everything and anything.
Wow.
Yeah. And they, Brooke and Maddie always get up to mischief on the bus. They're always fighting and acting like 10-year-olds on the bus.
Oh, they?
But it's good fun to watch.
Well, definitely. I can imagine, 15, 20 girls, especially if you either win.
Yeah.
On the way back, a couple of drinks, a bit of karaoke, a bit of singing, It's all about bonding.
It
is. At
is,
the end of the day. And like you said, this year it's all about building. You've got a great coach in place now there that is really focusing on your team, and hopefully next year you can step it up. But what about recruiting? Because there are a lot of people, girls out there, that week in, week out are performing. They want to put their name in the hat, maybe to be part of your team, maybe next year. Are you guys doing any trials, or does the coach go out there and look at the games on the Sunday to see if there's anybody that can make the team?
Jason definitely does that. He not only goes and watches the girls in the Southwest, but he also goes and watches the teams that we play against, so he can analyse their games and see where we need to beat them on the park as well. But he's always putting his feelers out there and approaching girls to see if they're interested. A lot of them are interested in doing dual registration, so they can play for their own club in the Southwest and play for us on the Sunday when we're at home. We have a few girls that also play for their clubs in the Southwest and travel to Perth on Sundays to play in our reserve squad, which we need. If we don't have a reserve squad, we can't play in the league.
Yes.
So yeah.
Now, we look at your games. You've just played on Sunday, lost 3-2, unlucky there. But again, it's all about bouncing back.
Yep.
Who are you playing this week?
This week we have the cup round against Quinns. And that's away, another 2-hour, 40-minute drive. And they are a very, very physical team. Extremely physical.
That's all right.
Yes.
You don't mind a physical game, don't you?
No, but we're copping quite a few injuries this year, and especially from the talented girls that are going away for states. 2 of them now have major ankle injuries just from such hard contact, which, you know, it's not so fluent in the southwest, but now that we've stepped up into the Perth League, there are crunching tackles going on left, right and centre. So for them also to step up the pace in the game and also to get the physicality of the much older women is, I think, a little bit scary, but they're holding their own.
Good. And you know, they'll get there.
Yeah.
You need these games to, you know, to improve as a player as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, as you know, in the men's, you know, when there's games on the weekend, the Premier League or the Italian League or the Spanish League, the boys like to have a drink and watch those games and chit-chat, as we say.
Yeah.
Do you girls do the same thing?
Not really, no. No, because as I said, we've got such a young squad that there's only probably about 4 or 5 of us that are over 18. The rest are under 18, and because we're so scattered throughout the southwest and a lot of the young ones don't have licences, we basically only catch up when it's a specific thing.
Yeah, but do you follow football outside of your...
I have to, yes.
You have to?
Yes.
It's the religion.
Yeah, it is.
And do you support any team like...
Manchester United is my team.
That's their fault. It's not our problem. That, you know...
Did they not win again this year?
Yes, they did. And they deserved it. Yeah,
yes.
They did deserve it. Now, before we shoot off, tell me, is there anything you like to see that will change in the football industry? Is there anything that you think, oh, I wish this would change?
The main thing that I would say that I would like to see is a lot more coaches with their credentials.
Yes.
Better coaching is what we need in the southwest, I think. We're a little bit behind Perth, just with not having the amount of coaching staff that really know their stuff. That's basically what I would like to see.
I mean, the Football Southwest Association is, you know, asking people to do the courses. You know, there are emails going around saying, you know, to be interested and register, that there are courses available for people who want to do that. It's just the case that these people put their hands up and go out there and actually do the course.
Yeah.
You know, but I do agree with that. You know, you definitely need more people to be more qualified for these types of jobs. And yeah, anything you'd like to say before we shoot off to your team players or coach or anybody out there?
Well, I just first of all would like to say, Jason, thank you so much. You are doing a wonderful job with the team this year. You've got us thinking about the game, which is really what we need to do, and you've making us progress week in, week out, and the girls really appreciate everything that you're doing for us. To my Firebirds players and teammates, we're just going to stick it out this year. We're going to progress and learn, and next year, look out. We will be a force to be reckoned with.
Wow, she said it all. Well, Lisa, thank you for having me on the show. You've been absolutely fantastic. You had the jitters in the beginning, but now you're just like that river that's just flowing. You're on a mission. Again, Jason, there's no way you could ever put this girl on the bench after all these compliments that she's been paying to you, to the teammates. Again, you know, follow this girl. You know, work hard on the pitch this Sunday. Don't be afraid of that physical battle, and I'm sure you'll come on with a result. So all the best from the Soccer Show. To the rest, we'll see you after this short break.
Well, after being assured that this was going to be the clash to film, apologies to Busselton and the Down South teams, we will get to you, we rocked up to see what all the hype was about. From the kick-off, it was Australind everywhere, when suddenly a great goal from Dynamos number 10 caught everybody on the hop. This was just the catalyst Australind needed, as they booted in 2 goals in the next 10 minutes. Ping Boots and Harvey kept the game flowing, complemented by their Frenchman putting in a Le Magnifique performance. The second half saw things really starting to hot up, both on and off the pitch, and there were times when I had to count how many men Australind actually had on the field, as they seemed to outnumber Dynamos 5-3 in many situations. Australind's coach, Chris Normington, put himself on in the second half and promptly scored within 3 minutes of doing so. Dynamos made some good opportunities despite seeming very rigid in their play, with good efforts from Manny and Hayes, plus a great header from their number 12 adding their second goal. But only to find McGurr whopping in yet another, and a well-deserved win for Australind. Maybe this week's website poll should read, should Australind be in the Premier League, or should they be in a league of their own? Which, to date, they actually are. Full highlights can be seen at soccershow.com.
That's all for this week. Just to remind you that our feature game this weekend will be Busselton versus Dynamos. So if you do see your cameraman, make sure to smile, pose, and give him your best luck. Till next time, eat, sleep, and most importantly, have fun playing football.